I am going to go and get started and play this. Now, I might inadvertently turn into something else like a gingerbread man. The reason being is this show isn't about me, it's about what is being played. So I want to take the emphasis off me and put the emphasis on what you're listening to. But I am still very, very much here. I'll just be typing away in the chat to you, amazing, fabulous people. So, without any further ado, guys, CBS Radio Mystery Theatre, The Horror of Dead Lake, aired 9th of February 1976.
Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Do you believe in monsters? They exist, you know. The Irish giant in the Museum of Trinity College, Dublin. Dwarfs, which are stronger and live longer and usually have strong passions and acute intellect. The fabulous monsters of Guyana near Lake Parima, sketched in 1663 by Joost Segerman in his collection of voyages. Those are just a few examples which will lend credence to the story we're about to hear.
I saw it, Billy Lee. I saw it. I saw the thing.
Now, take it easy.
It was horrible.
Our mystery drama, The Horror of Dead Lake, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Roy Windsor and stars William Prince and Gordon Gould. Since the earliest times, monstrosities have attracted attention and have engendered the cloying fear we experience in the presence of the unnatural. The Loch Ness Monster, for example. Is it fact or fiction? The search for it still goes on. Cyclops? The monster with one eye? Oh, there undoubtedly was such a creature because there still are. Really. At a point where the nose sticks out from the forehead, there's a single orbital cavity with an eye in it. Well, in this tale, we encounter another deviate from nature when we discover the hideous thing that inhabits the dead lake.
Claude?
Yes?
Was it all right? Not too grim?
No, it was all right.
I know how much you loved your father.
Well, he lived a long life, and he didn't suffer. The lawyer went over things and assigned them to me. The savings, the old house, that kind of thing. It was sad, come to think of it. But it's over now. You know, Polly, there's something I never told you because I'd forgotten about it. And so had my dad, for that matter.
Oh? A castle in Spain? A map where the treasure's buried?
You know, you're not so far off at that. My dad left me 50 acres of land near a small town in Florida, Orisville.
50 acres?
Mm-hmm.
And with land down there selling for a fortune?
Well, not this land. There's something funny about it. A long time ago, back in the early part of the 18th century, a certain Silas Baxter, an ancestor of mine, was, I kid you not, a pirate.
Claude.
He must have run a pretty good ship, because when he left the sea, he bought those 50 acres and built himself a castle. He called it the Captain's Doubloon.
A castle?
Oh, not a great big one, but big enough. The history of the Captain's Doubloon has been handed down from one Baxter to another and was among my father's papers.
I see.
What I've been left is the Captain's Doubloon in a state of ruin, the acreage, and something named Dead Lake.
Why?
Because nothing lives in it.
That's creepy.
My father never had any interest in the property. I don't know if he ever saw it. But we do own a ruined castle and 50 acres of land.
With a dead lake where nothing lives.
That's right.
Claude, we ought to sell it.
I think so, too.
You know, it's funny nobody has ever wanted to buy it.
Maybe they did. But my father never said anything about it to me.
Dead lake. Claude,
Yeah?
let's go see it.
You mean it?
Sure. Florida's no big trip from Philadelphia. Can you get time off from your job?
I think so. I could take off Friday, and we could have most of Friday and the weekend. I can't promise anything, Polly. The captain's doubloon is a ruin, and maybe the acreage is worthless.
But what about Dead Lake? I'd like to know why it's dead. Wouldn't you?
Yes. Tell you what I'll do. I'll telephone the lawyer who settled my father's estate. Maybe he can give me the name of someone to see when we reach Orrisville. I don't think Orrisville's much more than a widening in the road.
I'm so excited. A deserted old castle, a dead lake. Makes chills run up and down my back.
Well, Professor Micah, and how are you, sir?
Quite well, I thank you. Here is my food list. Can you also obtain the chemicals I've written down here?
Yes, sir. No problem. I'll have one of the boys drive over to Palatka. No, I got to pay him, of course.
I understand. I will give you these. I have before.
Yes, sir, you sure have. Doubloons. My goodness, what pretty coins.
Solid gold.
You mind if I ask you something, Professor? I mean, Johnny Reed was in here yesterday, and he's scared white. A heifer of his wandered down to the shore of Dead Lake, and Johnny said some kind of thing. Grabbed it and dragged it under the water. Johnny said it bellowed something terrible. Did you hear it? You know anything about it?
It is wise to stay away from the lake. I do not go near it. I remain in the castle and do my work.
Well, maybe not for long, Professor. You've been squatting there so long, I guess you feel you own the place. But the real owner's coming to Orrisville Friday afternoon, tomorrow. A fellow named Baxter. Same as Captain Silas Baxter, who stole all them doubloons from the Spanish. Like these you just gave me.
I have found a few.
Where'll you go if Baxter tells you to get out?
I would have no choice. I would leave. He will discover that the property is worthless. When he goes home, I will return.
Maybe. You got this idea of developing the land and selling it for home sites.
You have tried to do that before, Mr. Billy Lee.
I sure did. Those persons I drove over to look at the land never did find their child.
Quicksand.
Not according to the sheriff and his men. They scoured and dredged the lake. All they found was some of the child's clothes.
Yes, regrettable. The lake is dangerous.
Why?
There are unknown things in nature. It is better to let them remain unknown. Now, I will return tonight for my supplies.
Oh, hello there, Professor.
Good morning.
I tell you, Billy Lee, he gives me the creeps.
He may be gone soon, Johnny.
Yeah? How come?
New owner's arriving tomorrow. Named Baxter.
I can't say I'll be sorry to see Professor Micah go. He's in league with the devil. You remember that parrot?
Oh, I sure do. Grew to have a wingspan of 10 feet. Vicious thing. I remember we all went out and gunned it down. A horrible thing.
Where did it come from? His experiments? That was just an ordinary little old parrot, no bigger than a crow. You saw what it became. Micah did that. He's always experimenting with something.
Look here.
More doubloons. Wonder how many he's got.
Just a few, he says.
Old Silas Baxter's supposed to have had thousands of them. But even if that old ruin's full of them, I wouldn't go near it with an army.
You gotten over your scare?
No, and I never will. That was the awfulest thing I ever saw, that poor heifer being pulled under the water by some thing.
Now, what did it look like?
What I saw of it was a kind of red color, round and fat, and it had horns kind of sticking out in front like feelers.
There ain't no such thing, Johnny.
Back up on that, Billy Lee. I saw the thing. You say the new owner's showing up tomorrow?
That's right. Him and his wife. Staying in one of my rooms upstairs.
You taking them over to their property?
Well, I expect so.
Now, let me tell you. Stay away from the lake. And keep them away from it, too.
The room's lovely, Mr. Harrison.
Oh, Billy Lee. Oh, I'm pleased you like it, Mrs. Baxter.
It's fine. I like your store, too.
Oh, it ain't much. Just a general store. Got just about everything in it that folks around here need.
Well, it's very nice.
Not bad for a one-horse town. Horseville isn't much, but those of us who've been here all our lives, we like it. If you want excitement, there's Palatka close by, and St. Augustine's only 40 miles away.
Nice country. We landed at St. Augustine and drove down. I enjoyed it.
There's lots of pine, isn't there?
Oh, sure is. Paper pulp. It's big business down there. And cattle. He's a rancher now. Hi, Johnny.
Oh.
Meet Mr. and Mrs. Baxter.
Hello.
Johnny Reed.
How do you
Hello,
do?
Mr. Reed. How are you?
Baxters.
You really interested in the captain's doubloon, Mr. Baxter?
Well, I don't know. It's my property. I might want to sell it off or interest some developer. I should think it would be worth quite a fair amount of money.
You look skeptical, Mr. Harrison. Why are you shaking your head?
No, don't go scaring him, Johnny.
That's just what I'm going to do. It's not fair to keep him ignorant.
Is it Dead Lake?
Now, how did you guess that, ma'am?
Well, the name. There's something spooky about a lake that's dead.
It's dead all right, except for one thing. There's something in it. Something I saw with my own eyes, and it's really something terrible.
Oh, come on, Mr. Reed.
I don't blame you, Mr. Baxter, for looking at me as if I'm escaped from the mental home. But a few evenings ago, one of my herd, a nice little heifer, went to the edge of the water of Dead Lake, and some awful thing grabbed it and dragged it under.
A thing? What's a thing?
Nobody knows, Mr. Baxter, but Johnny saw something. And strange things have happened down there before. Oh, and another thing, Mr. Baxter. For over 30 years, a squatter's been living in the ruins of the castle. A man named Micah. He was a professor. I'll tell you about him when we drive out. Spoke to him yesterday morning and said he'd probably have to clear out. He agreed, but you'll meet him.
A professor? And he's a squatter? What does he do?
You'll excuse me for saying it, Miss Baxter, but I think he consorts with the devil.
Oh, that's a little hard to believe in this day, Mr. Harrison.
He's some kind of scientist. Always sending for chemicals to Palatka to St. Augustine. He's, now what did he call himself? An something or other.
Embryologist?
What's that, Claude?
It's a branch of science concerned with the formation and development of the embryo. Teratology is the study of deviations from the normal.
By golly, that explains the parrot with the 10-foot wingspread.
What? It's the truth. I can swear to that, Mr. Baxter. Half the village went gunning for it. We shot it down.
Oh, it's not possible.
Yeah, neither is that thing that lives in Dead Lake.
What do we know about what exists at the bottom of the oceans? What prehistoric creatures live there concealed from our sight and knowledge? Monsters? Probably. There still are phenomena which we have not fathomed. What is that thing at the bottom of Dead Lake? We will encounter it when I return with Act 2. The subject is monsters. We seldom think about them, if we ever do, but there are monsters all the same. They are, in fact, studied in zoology under a special branch named tetralogy, concerned with deviations from the normal in the embryo. When deviations occur, the result can be a monster. Primitive man believed that a monster was the result of a woman's pact with Satan. Nonsense, of course. But the fact of the monster remains.
What beautiful little birds you are. Which one of you will it be today? I have grown attached to all of you, but it must eat. An immutable law of nature. One feeds upon another, and that is how I learn. And that is what I live for, to learn. The great plant must live, and it is a carnivore.
Claude.
Ruin is right. The captain's doubloon isn't a castle, it's a heap of rubble. One turret sort of standing, the rest caved in.
The professor's at home. See, smoke rising from the chimney.
Strange smells. Acrid.
It's the chemicals. He's always experimenting with something.
Have you been here before, Billy Lee?
Oh, not to go inside. I've been around the grounds, but like the rest of us in Orrisville, I don't feel comfortable here.
Well, we've seen it, Polly. Maybe we should forget it and go home. That's what the dog thinks, don't you, Binks?
But we've come all the way from Philadelphia, Claude. We ought to meet this professor and see what it's like inside. And ask him about those doubloons he brings to Billy Lee for food.
What do you say, Billy Lee?
Well, I guess I don't have to say anything. There's the professor now. Afternoon, Professor.
Good afternoon. This is Mr. Baxter.
That's right. This is Baxter. Your dog, Binks.
How do you do?
Yes, a dog.
I'm the legal owner of all this property, Professor Micah.
I do not question it, Mr. Baxter. And I am an interloper.
If you want to put it that way, yes. So, when it's convenient to you...
Of course. I will gather my few possessions and leave.
You've been here 30 years?
Oh, longer than that. It is an isolated place. I do my work here, my experiments.
Like that monster parrot?
I told him about that, Professor. You remember how some of us in the village had to gun it down?
Yes, I have not forgotten. A pity.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, killing sheep and almost dragging off a child.
I meant the destruction of a master's scientific achievement, a phenomenon, proof that experiments in tetralogy can produce new breeds of animals that could change the face of the earth.
I wonder if we might see the inside of the castle.
You are the owner.
Well, I don't want to inconvenience you.
It is no inconvenience, but I caution you, do not wander away alone. I have experiments in many stages of development. Some of them are dangerous. A Venus flytrap is one of them.
Oh, I know about them. They eat flies. Interesting little plants. Carnivorous.
Follow me. It would be wise not to bring the dog.
I'll take him back to the car, Polly.
No, let me. No, come on, Binks. Hey, you folks get your fill of the castle. And I'll be outside. Come on. Come on, Binks.
Oh, my goodness. What's that thing, Claude?
It looks like a huge sunflower plant. And look at those pouches at the end of its leaves. They're bigger than a pelican's pouch.
Much bigger and much more dangerous. It is a Venus flytrap.
It can't be. They're small.
But by controlling its growth from a seedling, I have created a new species. It is very powerful.
Look, Polly. It's leaning toward me.
And it's opening up. Claude.
Do not approach it, Mr. Baxter. If it should seize your arm...
Oh, that's horrible. Claude, stay back.
Well, that's the first thing that will go. I'll take an axe to it.
Let's get out of here, Claude.
You live here, Professor?
Yes, in the ruined tower. This is my plant room.
Is there a basement?
Yes, but except for me, the dungeon is unsafe.
You've got more things like this down there?
My experiments are varied.
Professor, please clear out as soon as you can and destroy these experiments of yours.
That's Binks. But Claude, that's Binks. He sounds like he's being killed.
Mrs. Baxter, all right?
Yes, Billy Lee. Thank you.
Glad you're still open. What happened? I can see by your face.
Their dog.
What?
It wasn't anyone's fault, Billy Lee. Binks slipped his collar.
No. And ran loose.
Yeah, down the dead lake. I ran after him, but not in time. I saw it myself this time, Johnny. It rose up out of the water, a round, huge, slimy thing, and dragged the dog into the lake.
What is it? What is the thing?
I never saw anything like it in my life. I don't know what it is, but it's probably one of Micah's experiments.
We went there this afternoon. My wife and I went into Micah's room in the castle. And, Johnny, it made my hair stand on end. Binks, that's our dog, whined and wouldn't go with us. Billy Lee said he'd wait outside with the dog.
I was taking him back to the car. He fought the leash so hard, he slipped his collar and he flew toward Dead Lake. Ran after him, but by the time I got within 50 yards of the shore, something had caught the dog and was dragging him under.
If I was you, Claude, I'd cut my losses and forget the place.
No, sir. I'm going to get rid of Micah and find out just what makes Dead Lake dead. There's something in it. You caught a glimpse of it. So did Billy Lee. A big, fat, slimy thing with horns. Now, what is it? I know a man who might know. A friend who's a zoologist at the University of Pennsylvania. I've telephoned him for help. He'll be here late tomorrow. Then we're going out and solve this filthy, hideous mystery. Now that you've met Dr. Petty, let's hear what he has to say. You're on, Joe.
I see everyone's well armed.
Well, there's something in Dead Lake, Dr. Petty.
And if we catch sight of it, we're going to blow it to bits.
Binks was my dog. I'm going along. I'm not afraid, and I can handle a gun.
Well, all right.
My plan, for what it's worth, Joe, is for all of us to go out there now. It's 5 o'clock. We ought to get there in half an hour. Then you and I will go inside and find out if Professor Micah has cleared out.
Mm-hmm.
If he hasn't, I'll throw him out. Then we'll destroy that awful plant. Once Micah's gone, all of us will explore that dungeon. Maybe that's where he's got the thing. You got any idea of what it might be?
You described it as about 6 feet long, fat and slimy, with horns.
Colored, a reddish kind of color.
You know what it makes me think of? A giant snail.
But they don't eat flesh, Johnny.
Could it be a giant slug?
I don't think so. I don't like to speculate, Claude, but since you telephoned me yesterday, I've been doing some research, although I don't believe all this.
It's true, Dr. Petty.
As a scientist, it's hard for me to believe, but I accept what you've told me.
Why, Joe? What do you think it could be?
A member of the Hirudinai, which is a branch of the chitopod worms.
What? It's a worm?
No, Johnny, but it could be a monster leech.
One of those things that attaches itself to the skin.
Yes. In Egypt and in the Near East, there's an aquatic leech that lives in streams and ponds and does extensive damage to horses and other baggage animals.
Leeches? You make my skin crawl, Joe.
They've been used extensively in medicine. In 1832, France alone imported over 50 million of them for bloodletting.
And you think that's what the thing is that's in Dead Lake?
It's hard to say, Billy Lee, but you've described a leech. The red-colored body, its bloated appearance, slimy look. Of course, the thought of a leech 5 or 6 feet long boggles my mind. I simply can't imagine it. But if that's what the thing is, it could kill anything. And once those enormous suckers have attached themselves to any blood animal, the animal would be dead in minutes.
Well, let's get started.
Yeah, we'll take my pickup truck. We've got an arsenal.
And dynamite.
Dynamite?
Sure. If we don't see the leech, maybe we can find where it lives. And that's when I blow up his cave. People around here have a score to settle with that monster.
I told you to get out, Professor Micah.
So you did. And I will leave now. I have not had time to...
Out.
You have a rifle and a shotgun. Why?
We think there's a monster leech in Dead Lake, and we intend to destroy it.
Fantastic.
I want you out of here.
I have packed what I can carry. The rest I leave to you in the name of science.
Get out, Professor.
That marvelous Venus flytrap.
I never saw anything like it, Claude. Look at those traps, undulating and stretching toward us.
He said it's powerful. That's the first thing we take care of. You have the shotgun, Joe.
Look at it. Inching toward us.
I'll release the birds. They're what he fed to the plant.
Look at them go.
Joe, call the others, and we'll try the dungeon.
Now, come with me. We don't want to be separated.
You've got a point. What a devil's hole this is, Joe. Let's get the others.
Glad I brought the axe. Did you see that thing try to wind itself around me? Some kind of vine? Strong as wire.
It's just awful down here.
What's that over there, Claude? Shine your light.
A huge door.
Hinged with a drop lock.
Do you think...
Don't open it, Claude.
Mister, what's that?
Sounds like something breathing underwater. Wet, bubbly kind of breathing.
There's one way to stop that.
No, Claude, don't shoot. I've got a better idea. There is something behind that door. If it's the thing, the giant leech, you won't kill it with one shot.
Well, what's your idea, Dr. Petty?
Well, that door must open into a tunnel, and the tunnel probably leads to the lake. Now, if we can trace the tunnel from above, on the ground, and see where it leads to, Johnny here can dynamite the entrance and block the thing in. That's when we'll have it trapped, and that's when we'll kill it.
Good idea.
Everyone stick together, and we'll go back upstairs and out.
Oh, I never want to see this place again.
You'll be all right, Polly, when we get out into the air. Come on. Walk between Joe and me.
Is it possible? In nature, most things are. And nature, with a prod from an experimental scientist, has created a monster. A giant, predatory, hideous monster leech. I'll be back shortly with Act 3. Have you ever had a leech attach itself to your skin? It happens not infrequently in many freshwater lakes. They are small and they can be flipped off with the finger. But the experience makes one shudder. Imagine the horror, then, of speculating that what Professor Micah has bred, the thing that has made the dead lake dead, is a gargantuan leech.
I'll get the dynamite.
Hand me the rifle, Billy Lee.
Sure. I'll grab the shotgun. Oh, here's the other one for you, Dr. Petty.
Right.
Joe, let me carry it for Johnny. I'd appreciate it if you'd stay with Polly.
I'm all right, Claude. It was just being in that filthy basement.
No way, Polly. You're going to stay by the truck and Joe.
Claude?
No, absolutely not. I mean it, Polly.
I think he's right, Mrs. Baxter. I tell you what. Why don't you swing the truck around and turn on the lights and shine them on the north side of the castle? The locked basement door's on that side.
Give us some light down to the shore, too.
All right, Polly. Come on, hop in.
But Claude...
No, please don't argue. You stay with Joe. Ready, Johnny?
I'll lead the way. Keep your guns up, but be ready for anything.
Joe, I feel sick. If the thing is what you think it is...
Yeah, me too. Let me get the truck turned around.
Black as a tunnel.
I'll switch on the lights.
I see them, Claude and the others. The car lights do run down to Dead Lake. Isn't that an awful name for it?
It's dead, all right, if there's a giant leech in it.
Joe, look.
What? It's the professor. Now, what the
He's
devil?
returning to the castle, not through the front, but through the north side of it.
I wonder what he's up to.
He's disappeared now. Must be another entrance to the place.
If Johnny does blow up the tunnel and the professor's in that basement...
Claude ordered him out.
I know that. All the same, he is a human being. And...
I don't think he's a human being at all.
Shine your big torch over the lake, Johnny.
Sure cuts through the blackness all the way to the other side.
Johnny.
Look, something's moving just under the surface of the water. It's moving to the other side. Follow it with the torch.
Look at it. Just a little of its back is out of the water, like a whale.
Keep following it. I can hit it from here.
No, Claude, no. Let it go. When it returns from the other side of the lake.
Oh, no. That's a small deer over there. See? The thing is coming out of the water. We'll fire a shot, Claude. It scared the deer. Look at that thing. It's half out of the water.
The deer got away.
Johnny, follow where the thing swims.
It's coming toward this side of the lake, a few hundred feet north of us. Come on.
No, hold it. If it does have a cave or a tunnel to a cave, we don't want to scare it off. Just watch it.
It didn't surface. And it's disappeared. Now, let's move.
All set, Johnny?
Yeah. Here goes.
Claude, run that torch along from where Johnny blew the entrance, back toward the castle. That's it. Look.
Yeah. The force of the explosion in the tunnel lifted the ground above the tunnel, and now we can see its path. It does go to the castle.
It goes to that barred door in the basement. We've got the thing trapped.
Maybe it's dead. That was a terrific blast.
But we got to make sure, Claude.
There's only one way to do that. We have to open that big barred door.
Now what, Joe?
I don't know. There was a big charge of dynamite. They must have found the tunnel.
What about the thing?
It's dead, probably. Just the force of the detonation could kill it, but I don't know. Look, they're coming back.
Maybe they'll tell us what happened.
There, that got their attention.
Is it dead? Claude? Is it dead?
I don't know. We hope the explosion caved in on the thing and killed it. But we don't know.
And there's only one way to find out. We have to go back into the castle.
Oh, no.
We have to, Polly.
You saw it?
Enough of it, Joe. It's a leech, all right. A monster leech.
How big, Claude?
At least 6 feet long. Round as a hippo and reddish in color. When it came out of the water, it writhed like a snake, and its blood-sucking cups, or whatever you want to call them, were bigger than $50. It's the most revolting creature I've ever seen. How in heaven's name did it ever come about?
Experimental breeding and crossbreeding. Professor Micah developed gigantism in some strain of leech until he achieved one with monster size.
But why would he want to do something like that?
All scientists, Billy Lee, are fascinated by the subject of life. How it can be controlled and developed.
He's in there, Claude. In the castle.
Micah?
That's right. The headlights from the truck picked him out just as he disappeared through some of those big stones on the north side.
Well, then, we may have killed him.
The blast.
If that blast blew open that hinged door...
Come on. Let's see where he went in. We'll follow him.
Leave the dynamite detonating box here, Johnny. Grab this shotgun.
You told him to get out, Claude. Why would he want to come back?
Joe, I'm afraid.
Now, you stay here with me. There's nothing we can do to help.
But if something should happen to Claude, and it was my idea to come down here, he didn't want to. And now if something should happen...
That could be it. See where I'm shining the torch?
Yeah, it could be. Just about wide enough for a man to squeeze through.
All right, follow me.
Hold it, Claude. You bring up the rear.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not going to have you risk your lives any more than you already have.
Billy and me have the shotguns. Much more effective close range. You bring up the rear with your rifle. Right, Billy Lee?
Right. I don't know what to expect, but whatever we find, it's bound to be close range. Let's go, Johnny.
This place is a house of horrors. Ought to be burned to the ground.
It will be, once we know that the monster leech is dead. It's Micah from that big room in the dungeon.
Have your gun cocked, Johnny, and go slow.
Look. Oh, good Lord.
The leech.
It's all over him. Move back, Johnny. Micah's dead. The leech is all over him.
Shoot, Johnny.
Blood. All over. Is it dead?
Don't go near it, Claude.
Some of the suckers are still working away.
We have to get Micah out from under.
He's dead, Claude. Let's get out of here. We can come back when it's daylight. Get Micah and hack that thing to pieces.
Joe, I can't stand it.
You just have to, Polly. We're not leaving this truck.
But those gunshots, what have they run into?
I can't guess.
You can, but you won't. What if that blast of dynamite blew out that hinge door? If the thing wasn't killed in the tunnel?
Hold it. They're coming out of the front of the castle. You see the flashlights?
They're safe. Oh, Joe, they're safe.
Are you all right, Polly?
Still feel a little faint.
When you saw Claude safe returning to the truck, you passed out.
I remember.
Joe was right. Professor Micah had developed a giant leech. It lived in a tunnel which ran from the shore of Dead Lake up to a cave near the castle. When Johnny set off that blast of dynamite, the tremendous repercussion broke the hinges of the door into the cave, and the leech got out. Micah was there in the room. He was probably stunned by the blast. And that's when the leech grabbed him. There was nothing we could do to save him.
It must have been awful.
It was a nightmare, Polly. We're returning there in the morning.
So am I.
Polly.
No, Claude. I got us into this, and I'm going to see what's in that room.
Listen to the birds.
Life is kind of a return to the captain's doubloon.
I don't feel much like going down into that basement again. And I'm not sure it's safe for Miss Baxter.
Don't you worry about me, Johnny. Now that I know the monster leech is dead, I'm not afraid.
All right. But let's go in through the front. Have we got everything? Lights, ropes?
And my shotgun, just in case.
And camera.
Watch your footing, Polly. And when we go down into the dungeon, stay between us.
Let me lead, Claude. I've got the gun.
There it is.
Oh, Claude.
Poor old Micah's under that thing.
Aim that big light right at it, Johnny.
It's incredible. It's 6 feet long and 4 feet thick.
Micah let out one scream, and then he was dead. Partly fright, maybe.
Keep the light trained on him, Johnny. We'll try to pull him free.
Let me take a few pictures first. No one's going to believe this horror.
Claude, what about Professor Micah? What happens to him now?
We give him a decent burial. And Joe wants to find out, if he can, why Micah did all this.
Billy and I searched the castle. In the one tower, still partly standing, Micah had a room and his books and a small laboratory.
Yeah, there were a lot of papers and chemicals.
But the real discovery was this diary. It goes back 40 years, back to 1931, in fact. Under an October date. Listen to what Micah wrote.
Today, I was discharged as an assistant professor of zoology because I was consulted by a friend whose son was certain to die from acute nephritis. I urged the man's doctor to attempt a transplant. The doctor was repelled by my suggestion. I explained that in zoology, I had conducted many experiments in which I have saved small animals with various organ defects. My suggestion was rejected, and so was I. I have left. I intend to continue my experiments somehow, somewhere, south probably, where at least I will have the climate in my favor. And one day, I am convinced the name of Micah will be honored for his proof that life can be prolonged and improved.
There it is. And a lot more. Poor man. He wasn't really mad. He just felt rejected. And because of his bitterness, his experiments became grotesque. Through that huge parrot, for example, he intended to prove to skeptics that man's magic, science, could reshape mankind and his environment. He was an intellect, and far ahead of the time in which he lived.
And the giant leech?
Like the parrot, another proof of what Micah maintained, control of life. And both got out of hand. I'm going to publish Micah's papers, Claude.
And I'm going to burn the captain's doubloon to the ground, make that land habitable again, and stock Dead Lake with fish. That horror is gone. Nature, with a little help from me, will restore it.
Nightmares are made of such stuff as a dream about a monster leech, because the word makes the skin crawl. And when in sleep a fiend or incubus oppresses you, wake up. It will go away. But was it real or just a nightmare? I'll be back in a moment. It is foolish, I think, to dismiss anything. Was it conceivable years back to imagine men walking on the moon? Is the notion of a huge killer shark unimaginable? We know a great deal about Earth, something about the universe, but isn't anything, or almost anything, conceivable? Monsters are, and our story's giant leech was one of them. Our cast included William Prince, Gordon Gould, Ann Shepard, George Petrie, and Gil Mack. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Deal, I'm starting to think that your WD-40 isn't WD-40 either. I think you're just like spraying water and making the squeak worse. Just saying. I enjoyed that, but I'm not going to lie. I had a lump in my throat over the dog. I thought it wasn't. Why does the dog always get it, right? And the guy, I forgot what to call him now, begins with M, the one that the leech got. His acting was superb when he screeched, and like he genuinely sounded frightened, like, really fearful because of obviously because of the fact that he was dying. But that was a really good bit of acting. Like, honest to God, I was like, that poor guy is absolutely like mortified. It was really good. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. I really did. So just in case you missed it and you do want to, actually, guys, because I also got some new followers and welcome in. I do have a channel on TuberView. I can't say the proper word because I'm not allowed to promote off this app. But if you search for like Forbidden Frequency Darren or Forbidden Frequency TikTok, something like that, it should come up with a picture of me. And these shows are uploaded to TuberView so that they, for your own benefit, you can play as and when you want to. Sorry, that was Chewbacca in the background, aka my husband, who was yawning away. So yeah, I upload these after, like, the morning after every show as well, guys, so you'll never miss out. So that was CBS Radio Mystery Theatre, The Horror of Dead Lake. That was awesome. Yeah, Forbidden Frequencies, Darren, it'll come up. Yeah, this mic just picks everything up. It does. It really does. Right, okay, I'm going to move on with the next one then. So this is called The Hall of Fantasy. It's a new series I found on Internet Archive. I'm not sure of the air date. I'll need to have a look, but if I can find the air date, it'll come up on the label on the screen. And we're going to play, this is called Castle of I don't know if it's Lavoca or Lavoca. But that's what we'll be listening. It's about half an hour. Then it's a haunted series from the BBC from 1980, which will be the last one that we're going to play. So this is once again the Hall of Fantasy, Castle of Lavoca. Oh no. Just give me a sec, guys.
And now.
Sorry. Watch. I knew I was going to play there. Right, we'll try this again. Behave.
And now.
There we go.
The Hall of Fantasy.
Okay, I think I might have been calling it the Hall of Fear. It's not. It's called the Hall of Fantasy. I'm totally lying. So there you go, guys. The Hall of Fantasy it is. Electrical Sign, thank you for the donuts. Michelle, thank you so much for the flame heart. Appreciate that.
Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden, down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted, and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of the Castle of Lavoca.
One night, shortly after sunset in the dead of winter, they say a carriage drove through here. A carriage drawn by 4 cold black horses. The carriage, too, was black, and the driver was clothed in a livery of black. He whipped the horses and drove them as if his life depended on it.
Get up there! Get up!
No one saw who rode inside the carriage, but on its heels there ran a pack of snarling, howling wolves. He said that Drago, Baron of Lavoca, was going to make a pact with Satan himself.
In just a moment, the Hall of Fantasy will present the Castle of Lavoca. And now for tonight's story, an original radio drama by Richard Thorne entitled The Castle of Lavoca.
on vacation in Europe. It was a warm summer's day. Doris and I had cycled out from town, intending to find some inn along the way at which we'd spend the night.
What time is it, Grant?
Let me see. It's about a 4:15, Doris.
I think we better find some place to stay before it gets too late.
Well, according to the map, there should be a little town about a mile away from here.
Grant?
Yes, dear?
Look, over there.
Where?
Right over there.
Hey. Why, it's an old feudal castle.
That's just what it is.
Hey, let's stop a minute.
Right.
Well, will you look at that?
Oh, I've never seen anything like it.
It looks like like history come to life. A walled fortress. Look at those 3 towers rising up from the walls.
The whole thing seems to have been built in the form of a triangle. There only seems to be 3 sides to it.
From what I can see from here, it looks to be in pretty good condition.
I wonder how old it is.
Hey, Dor, I've got an idea. It's too late tonight, but why don't we find the inn and then tomorrow morning see if we can't go through that place?
That sounds pretty good. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind spending a day or 2 around here. It's beautiful country.
Well, I say we do it. What about you?
Oh, you twisted my arm. Grant?
Yes, dear?
Maybe we shouldn't.
Shouldn't what?
Shouldn't go through that place.
Well, why not?
I don't know. It's just that suddenly I felt cold inside.
You're just remembering a lot of stories about old castles and ghosts. There's nothing to worry about, Dor. The man who probably built that castle and all his descendants are only memories now. And memories can't hurt you. When we had first sighted the castle, I was quite surprised, because there was no indication of its existence on the map I carried. And what Doris had felt, I had felt also. When I first looked upon it, I felt, as she had said, cold inside. What it was, I didn't know. But that feeling had passed, and the only feeling I had was one of enthusiasm for the adventure that was to come the following day. About a mile from the castle, we found the town indicated on the map, a little place called Lavoca. It was no more than a village with a population of a few hundred. The inn was on the other side of the town, and as we pedaled through, the townspeople looked at us curiously. It took us only a few minutes to reach the inn and to enter it. A tall, dark man sat at a table, and he looked up as we passed him. Then he turned away again, obviously lost in thought. We were in a large room full of tables. There was no such thing as a reception desk, save for the bar at one side of the room, which served a double purpose, a bar and a registration desk. A large man with pounds of extra flesh stood behind it. Are you the proprietor? Do you understand English?
I do.
I was afraid...
But I wouldn't. It happens that I do.
Well, we'd like a room for 2 or 3 days. I hope you have something.
All of my rooms are empty save one. It is occupied by the man you passed on your way in. I will be able to accommodate you. You are American?
Well, yes, that's right.
I'm surprised to see you with the world so close to war.
We won't be in this one.
Perhaps. I do not have many visitors these days. The hospitality of my inn is offered to you. If I may be of service to you while you are here, please let me know.
As a matter of fact, you can.
In what way?
Well, we passed an old castle on our way here. Do you think it'd be possible for us to...
You must mean Lavoca Castle.
Why, don't know its name. It's laid out in the form of
a triangle.
Yes.
Yes, I know the castle. It has a particular significance to the people of this area.
Well, can you tell us anything about it?
Later. After you've had the evening meal, you shall hear of it. Come. I shall show you to your room.
As he led us upstairs to our room, we passed again the man who sat alone at the table. He was staring at us and made no attempt to hide the fact. As we went up the stairs to the second floor, I wondered why the innkeeper had seemed so afraid when I mentioned the castle. I had no time for further speculation, however, at least for the next hour. Our time was spent in cleaning up, and Doris kept talking of other things.
Well, I'm ready to go back downstairs, Grant. What about you?
Hey, look at the sunset, Doris.
Oh, it's a beautiful sight, Grant. Grant?
Yes?
Look where I'm pointing to. Isn't that Lavoca Castle?
Yes, it is. Stands out so in the sunset that it seems to be on fire.
Grant, did you watch the innkeeper's face when you asked him about the castle?
He seemed surprised.
I wouldn't call it that. I'd call it frightened.
Perhaps you're right.
And perhaps we should forget about seeing that castle tomorrow. Perhaps we should start back.
We'll see. You know, Dora, you make it seem so serious. We stood there by the window, looking out at the medieval structure that stood there at the base of the mountains. That afternoon, when we had first seen the castle, it had seemed to be a beautiful relic of a dead past. But as we watched it, bathed in the redness of the setting sun, it seemed to be a mass of molten rock. Little by little, the sun slipped down, and the gray shades of dusk moved out towards the castle, advancing slowly, covering the walls with the dark shadows of night. And then it was gone from our sight, swallowed up in the darkness. I had a fantastic thought for a moment that Lavoca Castle was the dwelling place of death. Well, the meal was excellent, and we were both quite hungry. At length, well, it was over, and our host walked over to us.
Some brandy, perhaps?
Not for me.
You?
Or perhaps later, not now.
If you do not mind, I shall join you.
Yes, of course.
You say you wish to know about Lavoca Castle. Would you object to another at this table? I mean, another besides myself.
Well, no, of course not.
Marek? Yes? Marek, come here.
What do you want?
They desire to know of Lavoca Castle.
There strangers here?
Yes, you must have seen us come in this afternoon. You were sitting right over there at that table.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Please, sit down, won't you?
Thank you. Yes, I know of the castle. Perhaps more than anyone.
Well, we'd like to learn some of its history.
I will tell you the story. Then we shall see whether you are still interested in Lavoca Castle. The castle was built centuries ago, sometime in the late 1600s. It was built by Drago, the first and only Baron of Lavoca, a man renowned for his cruelty and his prowess in the arts of war. War was his life, the only life he knew, and he lived for the feel of a strong blade in his hand. He lived for one purpose, to kill. It is said that the only thing Drago feared was death. He dealt with it almost every day of his life, yet he feared it. He feared the day that he would die. It is said that he made a pact with Satan himself so that he would not die. This is the legend. One night, shortly after sunset, in the dead of winter, they say a carriage drove through here. A carriage drawn by 4 coal-black horses.
Get out there! Get out!
The carriage, too, was black, and the driver was clothed in a livery of black. He whipped the horses and drove them as if his life depended on it.
Get out there! Get out!
No one saw who rode inside the carriage, but on its heels there ran a pack of snarling, howling wolves. Those who saw what happened that night were frightened almost to death. The carriage drove straight to the gate of Lavoca Castle. And the huge drawbridge was lowered to admit its entrance. The carriage rumbled across it, but the pack of black wolves stayed outside. They stayed outside, and the sound of their howling voices drifted back to this town, and the people were afraid. People looked up towards the castle, and they said it was bathed in an eerie luminescence. The visitor to the castle was there for the better part of 3 hours. And then the drawbridge was lowered again, and the carriage rumbled out. It seemed to be going even faster. And the driver whipped and drove the horses. Till their mouths were white with foam and their eyes wide with fear. The carriage rushed through the center of the town, and the people were so afraid they turned their eyes away, lest by looking upon it they should die. There were those who said they heard the sound of a crying baby coming from inside the carriage, but they thought they were mistaken. The following evening, the news was brought to them that the Baron's son had disappeared and was nowhere to be found. And as the man stood before them, telling the townspeople of what had happened, the shadows grew together in the night, and from the distance they heard...
You are listening to the tale of the Castle of Lavoca on tonight's journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy. We'll return to our story in just a moment. And now back to tonight's story, entitled The Castle of Lavoca.
We sat there around the large oak table and listened to a story so fantastic it defied description. There were 4 of us in that room, the innkeeper, Doris, and myself, and Mark, the storyteller. He continued with his story.
The shadows grew together in the night, and from the distance they heard the howling cry of a wolf. The face of the Baron's servant blanched with fear, and he turned and made his way back to the castle. He never reached it alive.
Well, of course, this is nothing but legend. Isn't that right?
It is legend, yes, but it is also truth.
But it can...
What Marek says is true. I would stake my life on it.
Let him go on with the story.
I'd like a little brandy first.
I thought perhaps you might. For you?
Thank you, no.
Now then, go on with your story.
By your leave. As I said, they found the servant outside the castle gate, and there was a great uproar about his death. But the Baron issued an edict that it was never to be discussed. And of course the people obeyed him, for by now they lived in superstitious fear of the Baron. I must add that the night the carriage appeared, that night the Baron's son was carried away. The war began. Of course, the Baron went off to the war and distinguished himself in the field. The war was over in due time, and the Baron returned to Lavoca Castle. He lived a quiet life in the years that followed. But 21 years to the night his son disappeared, it happened again. Again it was a cold winter's night. The snow crunched under your feet, and the air was brisk and biting. From the north, the wind began to blow. Then from out of the night, the carriage appeared again. It was exactly the same as that which had happened 21 years before.
Get up there!
It was the same driver, the same carriage, and it even appeared to be the same horses. It flashed through the town and up the road leading to the castle, and in the back of it, the devil dogs ran, snarling and howling. Until the carriage rolled into the castle, and they sat outside as they had a generation before. But it was not for long, for in a few minutes the carriage appeared again.
Get up there!
There was no doubt about it this time, for very clearly the townspeople heard...
No, let me go! Let me go! In the name of...
And in another moment the carriage was gone. The following day, the townspeople learned that the Baron's wife had disappeared. They knew who had come to claim her. That night, war broke out in Romania, and the Baron hastened to join the conflict.
If I understand you correctly, both times the carriage appeared, war broke out?
That is correct.
What happened then?
Just as he had done before, the Baron distinguished himself in the war and returned to Lavoca Castle. By this time, the Baron was almost 60. Peace reigned for a period of 40 years, and sometime during that time, the Baron disappeared.
He died?
I say he disappeared.
When did he die?
There are no records of his ever dying. They say he lies at rest in one of the catacombs beneath the castle, waiting.
Waiting? Waiting for what?
Waiting for the war.
The war?
The black carriage has appeared each time war begins, no matter where it happens. And in each war there has been a report of a man who calls himself Baron Lavoca, fighting in the battles.
That's fantastic.
Call it what you will, but when the last war began, the carriage appeared and drove straight up to the castle. I was but a boy then, and I saw it with my own eyes. The night before that, we heard the wolves. Each time the carriage appears, the wolves appear the night before, to warn us of its coming, to let us know we should guard ourselves.
Now that you have heard the story, do you still wish to visit Lavoca Castle?
No.
Yes. I don't care what you say. I can't bring myself to believe your story. I think it's nothing but superstitious nonsense.
But, Grant...
I'm sorry, darling. But I want to visit that castle. If you want, you can remain here.
No, I'll go with you.
What about you, Mark? Will you show us the way? Enter the castle with us?
You say that in such a way that if I were to refuse, I would appear to be a coward. I shall go with you, American. Tomorrow afternoon will be all right with you?
Yes.
Let us have a drink to your trip.
That's a good idea.
Will you join us, madame?
Yes, I will.
All right, then. To your trip tomorrow. To Lavoca Castle.
To Lavoca Castle.
Castle.
We went upstairs to our room shortly after that. The story Mark had told had been quite long, and the hour was late. We went to bed, yet neither of us could sleep.
Grant.
Yes, dear.
Don't you think we should go home soon?
Why?
Well, how long have we been over here?
Since the middle of May.
Well, this is August 30th. I've seen enough of Europe. I want to go home. I think 3.5 months is enough time to spend...
Well, all right, Dora. When we get back to Murat's, we'll make arrangements to go home.
Good. About tomorrow... What's that?
What?
I heard an animal outside.
Oh, that was just a dog, Dora. Go to sleep.
All right. Good night.
Good night. It was the following afternoon. For some reason, we hadn't been able to get started until late in the afternoon. It was after 3 o'clock when we started out. We discarded our bicycles in favor of horses, which Mark had been able to procure for us. The trip up to Lavoca Castle was uneventful, and within an hour we stood at the edge of the drawbridge, looking into the courtyard.
Shall we go across?
Of course.
It doesn't show any signs of age.
It has been perfectly preserved. I'll take you on a tour of the inside. We can leave the horses here.
I'll give you a hand, Doris.
That's all right, Grant. I can manage.
All right.
Now, just follow me.
Mark led across the courtyard and into the gray building. The huge wooden doors were slightly ajar at the entrance, and with an effort, Mark pushed them open and led us inside. We were in a huge hall, which must have served as both a reception hall and a dining place. From there, he led us into the Baron's chambers, his wife's, which formed two sides of the massive triangle. Members of the retinue must have occupied the third side of the triangle. We visited each of the 3 towers which looked out across the countryside, giving a clear view of anything approaching. And then Marek led us down into the cells beneath the castle. Coming finally to another stairway, he turned to me.
This leads down into the catacombs.
Well, let's go down and take a look at them.
Perhaps we'd...
Oh, nonsense, Dor. We both have flashlights. I see you brought a gun, Mark. Nothing could hurt us. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, it seems colder down here.
Yes, it does.
I shall show you where they say Drago is sleeping.
What time is it, Grant?
Well, it's 7:30.
Yes, we have been in the castle for several hours. We have been down here in the lower sections where there is no light for over an hour. I shall show you the Baron's resting place, and then we shall return to the inn. This is the chamber where he sleeps.
Oh, Grant, there is someone in here.
This isn't a joke, is it, Mark?
I have never been down here before. It is no joke, as you call it.
I want to have a look at him.
No, Grant, don't.
I can't believe it. This man seems to be sleeping, yet he's not breathing.
Let's get out of here, Grant.
All right.
I've been nervous ever since I heard that dog last night.
You say you heard a dog?
Yes.
There are no dogs in this area. No animal will come within miles of the town and castle. The animals fear it. That was no dog you heard last night.
You mean?
We have no time to lose. We must get out of here. Follow me.
Yes.
It was the warning you heard.
I knew we shouldn't have come.
Don't worry, Dor. We'll get out of this.
I wish I felt that sure.
The horses are out in the courtyard. It won't be long now.
The horses are on the other side.
They're gone.
What are we going to do?
Be quiet. Get back over here in the shadow.
Yes.
Perhaps he will not see us.
Grant, the drive.
Be quiet.
What's that? What's that noise?
I don't know. The driver's pointing to the doorway.
Oh. Grant.
It's the Baron. Baron Lavoca.
He's walking towards the carriage.
Quiet. He's looking this way.
Oh. He's turning away.
He's getting into the carriage.
Get up! Get up there!
Before our eyes, the carriage wheeled around the courtyard, and then thundered across the drawbridge and out into the night, followed by the snarling wolves. We found our horses later and went back to town. When we returned to the inn, the innkeeper was relieved to see us.
The carriage drove through here a while ago. I thought you'd all be dead.
Providence must have had an eye on us.
Well, it will happen tomorrow.
What will happen tomorrow?
The war. The war will begin.
The innkeeper was right. The night we saw the carriage in the courtyard of the Castle Lavoca was August 31st. On September 1, 1939, the Germans marched into Poland and the Second World War began.
So runs tonight's tale of the unusual, the terrifying, the unknown. Join us again when next we journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy to hear another strange tale of the supernatural. All characters and events portrayed in these programs are fictional, and any similarity to actual events or persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.
That was really good. And you know what? We heard a story like kind of similar just the other day, which then ending they had trapped Satan in a room and it turned out it was Hitler. Do you remember? And then they let him go, and then what happened? Like the war started, and that was. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That's not a wolf, by the way. That's me dogs wanting in. Alan will sort that out. Yeah, it was just the other day. How weird is that? But I really enjoyed that. So I like that series. So that's Hall of Fantasy. We'll be playing more of them most definitely because I do like them. I like anything, to be honest, when it's like Transylvania, spooky castles, haunted forests, like all that. I love that. Great. Great stuff. Right, last one of this evening, guys. I've lost it. No, I haven't. It's here. Right, this is a BBC series. It was aired in 1980. It's called The Haunted Series. It's a story by H.G. Wells. Now, I don't know if this is a story that's narrated or if it's acted out. I'd rather hope it's acted out. If it's narrated, we'll still play it through, but I won't include the haunted in the future because I prefer an actual drama to just somebody reading a story. It interests me more. But nevertheless, let's have a look and see because it might be really, really good. So this is BBC Haunted, 1980, and it's The Inexperienced Ghost by H.G. Wells. Welcome in if you're just joining us.
Excuse me. I say, excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Have you seen Mr. Clayton anywhere?
Mr. Clayton, sir? He was here a minute ago. Oh, there he is, sir. The window seat in the corner.
Oh, yes. Sorry, didn't see him. Thank you.
And so, there I was, standing with my golf club ready. Ah, Sanderson. There you are, at last.
Hello, Clayton.
Hello, old boy.
Hello, Evans. Wish.
Hello, Sanderson.
I'm terribly sorry being so late.
Thought you weren't coming.
No, I really am truly sorry. Had trouble with the car.
Not an accident, I hope.
No, nothing like that. Just a mechanical fault.
Serious?
Nothing I couldn't sort out myself, fortunately, but it held me up for over an hour.
How I admire people with practical minds.
Well, you look none the worse for wear, anyway.
Well, I've been up to my room to clean up and change.
Where have you put your clubs, then?
Left them in the car. Thought I'd pick them up as we go out. I didn't know whether you might be out on the course already.
What, start without you, Sanderson? What kind of chaps do you think we are? Your late arrival gave us an excuse for another drink.
Clayton is determined to win today, Sanderson, even if he has to resort to getting the competitors totally drunk.
Oh, what a thing to say, old boy. Most unsportsmanlike. Jerry!
Coming, sir.
Same again, please. What do you want, Sanderson?
Look, as I was late, let me get them, will you?
Nonsense.
No, please, I'd like to.
Won't hear of it, old boy. What do you want?
Well, pink gin, if you don't mind.
And a pink gin, Jerry. Large one?
No, look, steady on.
What's the matter, Sanderson? With one of those inside you, you'd be able to hole in one. Mark my words.
Who was the last club member to hole in one?
Don't tell me you've forgotten, Wish. Weatherby.
Stanley Weatherby.
Yes.
That's right.
Hole in one didn't buy a soul a drink. Not even his partner. Hole in one didn't even set foot in the bar.
Oh, I remember now. Clearly no gentleman.
I was here the day it happened. I saw it with my own eyes. News spread like wildfire. He came back, looked at his watch, mumbled something about being in a hurry, acknowledged members who were applauding him, got into his rolls, drove off.
Man was a cad.
Owned half of Yorkshire.
Half of Yorkshire, Clayton.
All right, Sanderson, a third. Well, certainly several villages around the Millers. Of course, he didn't remain a member for long.
Should hope not.
It was put to him, tactfully, of course, that it simply wasn't done. Not in golfing circles or any other circles frequented by a gentleman. As he wasn't considered a gentleman, he was told to leave forthwith. I was on the management committee at the time. He cried.
Oh, come on, Clayton.
I tell you, he cried, Sanderson. Well, very nearly. Eyes were moist.
Here we are, gentlemen.
Right. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, sir.
On my tab.
No, it's my turn, really.
Actually, I think it's my right.
For heaven's sake, will you stop arguing like a lot of old women? This is my treat. Thank you, Jerry.
Sir?
Cheers, then.
Cheers. Cheers, Clayton.
Cheers, old man.
Thank you.
Now, listen to me. I feel lucky today. I'll put a fiver in the kitty for anyone who gets 3 under par. Now, how about it?
3 under par?
Oh, come on, Wish, old man. You can play jolly well when you put your mind to it.
Well...
And money has a way of concentrating the mind.
I'm game.
Thought you might be, Evans. What about you, Sanderson?
All right.
Right. We'll down this lot and then tee off, eh?
Right.
I've ordered roast duck for dinner tonight. How's that?
Marvellous.
I think we should
have
make
done that, really,
some
Clayton.
contribution here.
Oh, no. Look, I tell you, my friends, I feel lucky. I'll be taking that £15 off you later on when I win our little bet. So you'll be paying for dinner anyway. You will.
Well, Clayton, you were true to your word.
Hmm?
We ended up paying for the meal.
Oh, yes. Well, I knew you would. I just feel lucky, that's all. More brandy, anyone?
Not for me, thank you.
No, thank you.
Just a little, please, Clayton, yes.
We can finish this decanter together, eh, Wish, old chap?
Oh, I don't know about that. I can't move as it is.
You don't have to move to enjoy brandy, old boy. Just lie there, soak it up. Like a Christmas pudding. There.
Thank you.
Poke the fire, someone. Getting low.
I'll do it.
Thank you, Wish, old boy. Yeah, that's better. You know, I stayed here last night.
No?
Neither did I.
I was absolutely alone in the place.
Oh, not absolutely alone, surely. What about the domestics?
Oh, well, of course the domestics were here, Wish, but they sleep in the other wing. Well.
Yes?
You were going to say?
No, nothing.
Yes, you were, Clayton. Something happened last night.
Well, I caught a ghost, actually.
Caught a ghost, did you?
Yes.
And where is it?
Caught a ghost. You must tell us about it.
You don't seem in the least bit surprised, Evans. I suppose your 4 weeks in the great spaces of America have made you impervious to such pronouncements.
Not at all, old boy. I'm interested to see whether your story matches the size of some of those the Americans have a habit of telling at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, or an oil well, eh?
I see. Wish, old chap.
Yes, Clayton?
Close the door, will you?
Huh?
I know no one deliberately eavesdrops in the club, but I wouldn't want to upset our very excellent service with any rumours of ghosts.
Oh, come on,
And this ghost, well, it wasn't a normal ghost. Don't think it'll come back again, ever.
Are you serious?
Close the door, Wish. There's a good fellow.
Right.
You mean to say you didn't keep it?
Are you actually taking him seriously, Sanders?
The truth is, I hadn't the heart to.
You hadn't the heart to do what?
Keep it.
You are serious?
Yes.
A ghost?
Yes.
Come on, Clayton. You've drunk too much brandy.
The fact is, it really was a ghost. I'm sure of it. As sure as I'm talking to you now. I'm not joking. I mean what I say.
Well,
I think I will have a little more brandy, if you don't mind, please, Wish.
Oh, yes, of course, Evans.
It's the strangest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. You know, I never believed in ghosts or anything of the sort before, ever. And then I bag one in the corner.
You talked to it?
Yes. For the space of an hour or more, I suppose.
Chatty.
Poor devil was in trouble.
Sobbing, was he?
If you must know, yes, poor fellow. I never realized the poor sort of thing a ghost might be. I took an advantage.
Look, Clayton, I don't understand. You're having us on, aren't you?
No, don't you understand? Yet? Look, a person remains just the same person even though he's disembodied. That's the thing we too often forget. People with a certain strength and fixity of purpose, most haunting ghosts, you know, must be as single-minded, as monomaniacs, and as opposite as mules to come back again and again. This poor creature wasn't like that. Good God. I say it in all kindness, but that is the plain truth of the case. Even at the first glance, he struck me as being weak.
Well, I don't know.
You don't know what, Evans?
I don't know what to say.
Well, don't say anything, my friend. Just listen. I came upon him in the long passage. His back was towards me, and I saw him first. Right off, I knew him for a ghost. He was transparent and whitish. Clean through his chest I could see the glimmer of the little window at the end. And not only his physique, but his attitude struck me as being weak. He looked as though he didn't know what to do.
Well, what sort of physique?
Lean. You know, that sort of young man's neck that has two great flutings down the back here and here. And a little meanish head, with scrubby hair and rather bad ears. Shoulders bad, narrower than the hips. Turned-down collar, ready-made short jacket, trousers baggy and a little frayed at the heels. I came very quietly up the staircase, and I saw him. I stopped dead at that, taking him in. I wasn't a bit afraid. I think that in most of these affairs one is never nearly so afraid or excited as one imagines one might be. I was surprised and interested. I thought, good Lord, here's a ghost at last. And I hadn't believed for a moment in ghosts during my whole life. I suppose I wasn't on the landing a moment before he found out I was there. He turned on me sharply, and I saw the face of an immature young man. A weak nose, scrubby little moustache, and a feeble chin. So, for an instant, we stood. He looking over his shoulder at me, and we regarded one another. Then he seemed to remember his high calling. He turned round, drew himself up, projected his face, raised his arms, spread his hands in approved ghost fashion, and came towards me. As he did so, his little jaw dropped, and he emitted a faint, drawn-out boo. It wasn't a bit dreadful. Boo, I said. You don't belong to this place. What are you doing here? Are you a member? I said. And just to show him I didn't care a pin for him, I stepped through a corner of him and made to light my candle. What are you doing here? I said. He dropped his hands and stopped his booing, and there he stood, abashed and awkward, the ghost of a weak, silly, aimless young man. I'm haunting, he said. You haven't any business to, I said. I'm a ghost, he said. Well, that may be, but you haven't any business to haunt here. This is a respectable private club. If I were you, I wouldn't wait for cockcrow. I'd vanish right away. Well, he looked embarrassed. The fact is, sir, I can't, he said. You can't, I said. No, sir, there's something I've forgotten. I've been hanging about here since midnight last night, hiding in the cupboards of empty bedrooms and things like that. I'm flurried. I've never come haunting before, and it seems to put me out.
Come on, Clayton, you can't be serious.
Leave him, Evans. Let him continue.
Yeah, let's hear the end of it, at least.
Put you out, I said. Yes, sir. I've tried to do it several times, and it doesn't come off. Some little thing has slipped me, and I can't get back. Well, that rather bowled me over. He looked at me in such an abject way that for the life of me I couldn't keep up quite the high hectoring vein that I'd adopted. Oh, that's queer, then, I said. And as I spoke, I fancied I heard someone moving about down below. Come into my room and tell me about it, I said. So we did. Sit on the armchair and tell me, old chap, how you got yourself into this awkward position, I said.
Are you telling us that you sat together in your bedroom upstairs?
No. He said he wouldn't sit down. he'd prefer to flit up and down the room if it was all right by me. And so he did. In a little while, we were deep in a long and serious talk. He hadn't a particularly honest face. But being transparent, of course, he couldn't avoid telling the truth.
Eh? I don't...
What's that? What's that, Wish?
Being transparent. Couldn't avoid telling the truth. I don't see it.
I don't see it. But it is so, I can assure you. I don't believe he got once a nail's breadth off the Bible truth. He told me how he'd been killed. He went down into a London basement with a candle to look for a leakage of gas.
Poor wretch.
That's what I thought. And the more he talked, the more I thought it. There he was, purposeless in life and purposeless out of it. He talked of his father and his mother and his schoolmaster and all who had ever been anything to do with him in the world. He'd been too sensitive, too nervous. None of them had ever valued him properly or understood him, he said. He'd never had a real friend in the world, I think. Never had a success. Shirked games and failed examinations. And where are you now? I asked.
And what did he say to that?
Well, he wasn't clear on the point at all. The impression he gave me was of a sort of vague, intermediate state, a special reserve for souls too non-existent for anything so positive as either sin or virtue. I don't know. He was much too egotistical and unobservant to give me any clear idea of the kind of place, the kind of country there is on the other side of things. Wherever he was, he seemed to have fallen in with a set of kindred spirits, ghosts of weak, cockney young men, who were on a footing of Christian names, and among these there was certainly a lot of talk about going haunting. Really? Yeah, things like that. Yeah, going haunting. They seemed to think haunting a tremendous adventure. Most of them funked it all the time.
And did you think this haunting of theirs to be a tremendous adventure for you, Clayton?
You still don't believe it, do you?
Go on, Clayton.
You see, Sanderson, it appeals to the actor.
Ah, yes, but Wish here is a professional actor. You're not. No, at the moment, I can see clear through you.
Anyway, these are the impressions he gave me. Oh, I may, of course, have been in a rather uncritical state, but that was the sort of background he gave to himself. He kept flitting up and down with his thin voice going, talking about his wretched self, and never a word of clear, firm statement from first to last. He was thinner and sillier and more pointless than if he'd been real and alive. Only then, you know, he wouldn't have been in my bedroom here. If he had been alive, I should have kicked him out.
Of course, there are poor mortals like that.
Yeah, and there's just as much chance of their having ghosts as the rest of us.
What gave a sort of point to him, you know, was the fact that he did seem within limits to have found himself out. The mess he'd made of haunting had depressed him terribly. He'd been told it would be a lark. He'd come expecting it to be a lark. And here it was, nothing but another failure added to his record. He paused and stood regarding me. He remarked that, strange as it may seem to me, nobody had given him the amount of sympathy I was giving him now. Don't you brood on these things too much, I said. The thing you've got to do is to get out of this. Get out of this sharp. You pull yourself together and try. I can't, he said. You try, I said. And try he did.
Try? How?
A gleam of interest from Sanderson here at last. Well. Passes.
Passes? What do you mean, passes?
A complicated series of gestures and passes with the hands. Now, that's how he'd come in, and that's how he had got to get out again. Lord, what a business I had.
But how could any series of passes
possibly... My dear man, you want everything clear. I don't know how. All I know is that you do, that he did. After a fearful time, you know, he got his passes right. And suddenly, he disappeared.
And did you observe these passes, these gestures?
Yes. It was very strange. I can't, he said. And suddenly he sat down on a little chair at the foot of the bed and began to sob. Lord, what a harrowing, whimpering thing he seemed. You pull yourself together, I said. Tried to pat him on the back, and my confounded hand went through him. By that time, you know, I wasn't nearly so massive as I'd been on the landing. I got the full strangeness of it all. I remember snatching my hand back out of him, as it were, with a little thrill, and walking over to the dressing table. "You pull yourself together," I said to him, "and try." And in order to encourage him and help him, I began to try as well.
What, the passes?
Yes, the passes. I tried them as well.
But wasn't that rather...
No, this is interesting.
Oh, it's interesting now, is it, Sanderson?
You mean to say that this ghost of yours gave away...
Did his level best to give away the whole confounded barrier? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, he didn't, though. He couldn't. Or you'd have gone there, too.
And that's precisely it.
That is precisely it.
But at last he did it?
At last he did it, yes. I had to keep him up to it hard, but he did it at last, rather suddenly. He despaired. We had a scene, then he got up abruptly and asked me to go through the whole performance slowly, so that he might see. "I believe," he said, "if I could see, I should spot what was wrong at once." And he did. "I know," he said. "What do you know?" said I. "I can't do it if you look at me. I really can't. It's been partly that all along. I'm such a nervous fellow that you put me out." Well, we had an argument. Naturally, I wanted to see. But he was as obstinate as a mule, and suddenly I'd come over as tired as a dog. "All right," I said, "I won't look at you." And I turned towards the mirror on the wardrobe by the bed. He started off very fast. I tried to follow him by looking in the looking-glass. Round went his arms and hands, so and so, and then, with a rush, he came to the last gesture of all. "You stand erect and open out your arms. Like this. Just like this, he stood. And then he didn't. I wheeled around from the looking-glass to him. There was nothing. I was alone with the flaring candles and a staggering mind. No. What had happened? Had anything happened? Had I been dreaming? And then, with an absurd note of finality, the clock upon the landing discovered the moment was ripe for striking 1. So, bing! That's all that happened.
And then you went to bed?
What else was there to do?
And the passes?
I believe I could do them now.
Well, could you really?
Yes.
They won't work.
No, but if they do...
I'd rather you didn't, Clayton.
Why?
I'd rather he didn't, that's all.
But he hasn't got them right.
All the same, I'd just rather he didn't.
You don't, in all honesty,
True
believe
or not,
that if
to go through those gestures and passes would... Well, it would be mocking a serious matter.
Yes, but you just can't believe
Why
it.
shouldn't I believe what he told us? None of us knows what happens after... Well, it's possible, that's all.
Clayton, you're too good a liar for us. Most of it was all right, but that disappearance... Tell us, it's a tale of cock and bull, isn't it?
You watch me, Sanderson. Just you watch me.
What are you doing?
He's going through the passes.
Well, I don't think... Look, Clayton, it was a good tale, but I really don't think you... There!
That's very good, Clayton. But as a Freemason and a member of the Lodge of the Four Kings, I know many of these gestures, and there's one little detail left out.
I know. I believe I could tell you which.
Well?
This one. Right?
Yes?
That, you know, was what he couldn't get right. How do you...
Look, most of this business, and particularly how you invented it, I don't understand at all, but just that phase I do. Now, these happen to be a series of gestures connected with a certain branch of esoteric masonry, known only to a few, including myself. And I do not see I can do any harm in telling you just the proper twist of the hands. After all, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't.
I know nothing, except what the poor devil let out last night.
Then watch me. Now, the part you got wrong should go like this. There. You see?
Now I can do the whole thing right. Can I not?
If you want to, yes. I imagine you can.
I wouldn't begin, Clayton, if I were you.
It's all right. Matter is indestructible. You don't think any jiggery-pokery of this sort is going to snatch Clayton into the world of shades? Not it. You may try, Clayton, as far as I'm concerned, until your arms drop off at the shoulders.
I don't believe that, Clayton. You've made me half believe in that story somehow, and I don't want to see the thing done.
My goodness, are you afraid, Wish?
I believe that if he goes through these motions right, he'll go.
No, he'll not do anything of the sort, because, as we all know, there's only one way out of this world, and Clayton is 30 years from that.
Clayton, you're a fool. A damn fool.
I decline to argue further. Let the thing be tried. Here goes.
No, please!
Wish!
Please.
Leave me alone.
But supposing...
Oh, for God's sake, Wish, shut up! It's up to him.
Be quiet, both of you. Don't you see? Are you all so stupid? He's just having us on. It's another of his jokes.
You think so, Sanderson?
Of course I do.
Look at him. His face. What's happening to his face?
My God. He's changing. His face is...
It's as if he were frozen.
Look out, he's falling. Grab him, someone.
All right. I've got him.
He's fainted.
Oh, what's happened? Is he all right?
It wasn't a joke, was it?
No. He's dead.
Well, I didn't get the end of that at all. That was a bit ominous. Yeah, I didn't really understand the end. But still it was good. And that was the last show tonight. Now before everybody goes rushing off, because I want to do the shout outs, let me do the shout outs first. Big shout out to Dale, Adam, Susan, Diamond Duo, Mel, Emma, Stephanie, Becky, Amian, Viking Punk, Jeff, Country Pumpkin, Jenna, Kez, Haley, Shannon, and Adrian. Thank you guys. So listen, I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you want more of this in under 20 minutes, Lisa's going to be live for more spooky, scary radio shows. All right, so you've got time to get yourselves a drink, have yourself a comfort break, you know, all that stuff before she's going to go on. She plays a bit of music at first, and then you can settle in. And then if you are listening to Lisa's and then you want even more, you've got Captain Casket, who is on after Lisa. I forget what times he does, because he does American times, but I'm sure somebody in chat will enlighten us. And then after Captain Casket, if you want even more spooky, because you can't sleep, we've got Poached Law with Devon. She'll be live with her own stories, and she reads them so well. And yeah, that is, you know, if you want all things and everything spooky, 11:30 UK give or take. Yeah, that's 1:30 my time. Captain Casket, yeah. And Devon, hey, speak of, you know, mention you and you should appear. Devon, what time do you go live? Tell me in Eastern. So Captain Casket goes on 7. That's currently 4 hour difference, 9, 10, 11. 11, 12, yeah, about 11 UK time, 11:30 UK time. Devon goes live 10 p.m. Eastern, so that is 11, 12, 1, 2. It's about 2 a.m. No, yeah, 2 a.m. UK time. I think 2 a.m., 3 a.m. UK time, like that. Yeah. I summoned you and you should appear. 2 a.m. Yeah, I thought that was the case. But bearing in mind, guys, that at the end of the week, clocks go forward for UK time and then it'll be back to normal time differences. Yeah. 3 a.m. Exactly. I always catch the end when I'm awake, if I'm awake early enough. And then I'm like, I woke up, where's Devon? And then I listen to the last story in bed and then I get up and have my coffee. So there we go. So that is it from me, everybody. Susan, thank you as well for the good evening. I've just seen that. As I say, Lisa is going to be live in 15 minutes, so you've got time to get a drink, all that stuff. Thank you as well to all the new followers. Oh, Devon, thank you for the tofus. They're so cute. You've got time to get a drink and all that stuff, and then Lisa will be live. So I hope whatever you do, you have the best evening. You're welcome, Stephanie. Thank you to all the new followers as well. I'll be live again tomorrow, same time, 7 till 9. Yeah. And don't forget my YouTube channel as well. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe please, guys. If you don't want to miss out. If you can't ever miss, if you ever want a spooky, scary show and you haven't got one handy, you never know. Thanks for the Iggy Daz. And you're welcome, no problem. Right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to go and get sorted. And I'll see some of you over in Lisa's. Have the best evening. And I'll catch up with you soon. You're welcome, Viking. No problem. All right. I'll see you later, guys. I love you lots. Take care. Bye for now. Bye.